It's Mama Sheets here, and I'm coming to you guys as a chef in training. I'm going to break down the significance behind why it's better to use herbs, seasonings, spices, instead of just plain old iodine, salt, and black pepper. I know, there are some foods that actually just need regular salt and regular pepper, but it's all about the type of salt that you choose to consume. A lot of people don't even know that eating regular iodine salt is not good for you. This is something that I just picked up today. It is your regular, let's see if we can make this a little better. It is your regular iodized salt that you see in any type of store. You can normally you see, I want to say it's Morton's salt. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but your body needs iodine. But you can get that from actual herbs. This iodine that you see, it leaves the bottle an hour after you open it. Did you guys know that? So at the end of the day, you're just consuming this really, really heavy salt that's not good for you. And I don't know if you guys have ever noticed how granulated the salt is. You want your salt to be in rock crystallized form because that means that it has more minerals. That's why we consume. We consume food because we have to live. We don't live to eat at all. We eat to live. So you have to be careful with what type of salts you put in your body. Now, a really great salt for you to use could be black lava salt. You could get pink Himalayan salt, or you can use my favorite, Malden flaky crystal sea salt. All these salts that I'm telling you, they all come in crystallized rock form, and they are absolutely delicious. When you eat the iodized salt, I don't know if you've ever noticed how salty that is. You don't want to eat it alone. Now, these salts that I'm telling you about, you can cook with them or you can use them as finishing salts, which means that you sprinkle it on once you're done with your foods. That's enough about salt. Let's get into our actual herbs. Now, some of my favorite herbs are lemongrass, ginger, tarragon. I love thyme, rosemary. I love all these flavorful, beautiful, herbaceous herbs. And a lot of these herbs have a lot of health benefits that a lot of people are not too used to even knowing about. I have a couple of friends who, I guess you can say they're American. And, Americans, like myself, we grew up eating super bland foods. We eat a lot of processed foods. We eat a lot of canned meats. We eat a lot of hot dogs, cheeseburgers, stuff that isn't really flavorful. But I don't know about you guys, but I love cheeseburgers. They are my absolute favorite thing. Shout out to In-N-Out. They are my favorite thing to eat, but I pack my burgers when I cook them with all types of herbs. I use green onions. I use basil. I love basil burgers. I use basil. I use garlic. Sometimes I'll put rosemary. I'll put thyme in there. I'll put all these flavors into this meat. And sometimes I'll even add in pork, like bacon. I'll add bacon into my burger, but that's something else. But I add all these herbs into my meat because it's like, I want to eat with a purpose. I'm not going to eat just any type of meat either. I love getting organic, grass-fed meats. So why not go ahead and add that into the herbs? These herbs all have great benefits. Some benefits like kaffir lime leaf. A lot of people don't really know about that. Other people call it the macroot leaf. I call it kaffir lime leaf with the rest of all the Southeast Asians who call it that. But this leaf has so many health benefits. One health benefit is that it's very good on oral hygiene. It fights a lot of bacteria in your mouth, like anti-fungus, things that go on in your mouth that we don't really know too much about. You can go ahead and boil down kaffir lime leaf And you can also add lemongrass, which has also antibacterial and antifungal properties, which is quite amazing if you ask me. Lemongrass also is a pain reliever or fever reducer, and it contains central, which is a natural plant compound with with a natural anti-inflammatory effects. So basically, I don't know if you guys know about inflammation. My sister has really bad inflammation, and we actually have to give her either turmeric or lemongrass, and her blood it seeps back inside of her body. But the thing is, her blood is just insane. It's so thin, and if she stands up for too long or she eats sugar, her inflammation just sprawls out of control, and you can actually see her blood on her skin, and it's very painful for her. So we have to like give her lemongrass. But did you know that you can actually marinate your food in lemongrass? You can make lemongrass teas, and then you can add in things like kaffir lime leaf, or as we all know, ginger. Ginger is another natural remedy that cures any type of sickness. It's also an anti-inflammatory. It also helps out with your inflammation. What else does ginger do? It fights your germs, it calms nausea, and it lowers blood sugar. Now, once again, I don't know if you guys heard me when I said we need to eat for we need to eat for a purpose, because we want to be on this world long enough to see our great grandkids. So why not eat with a purpose? There are some other herbs that I wrote down, like rosemary, that has a rich source of antibiotics. It helps boost immune systems. It improves blood circulation. I also wrote down garlic that kills sickness like the common cold. It reduces blood pressure, and it improves your cholesterol levels. These are amazing things that you can add to your food to spruce up to your food, to bring out an amazing flavor, and also it helps your temple, aka your body. I brought some of my favorite spices, and I wanted to share them with you guys today. One of my favorite spices and herbs, this is actually a root. It looks like a little maggot kind of, and it's orange on the outside, and also looks like a ginger, but it's turmeric. I got this from just Costco. This is ground turmeric, but of course fresh turmeric is always better. Turmeric is one of those things that really helps your entire body, your digestive system, and for inflammation problems that you may have. A teaspoon of this a day keeps the inflammation away. I also have herbs du Provence. I hope I did not butcher that, but it's called herbs du Provence. This one I actually got at Trader Joe's, but I was in the south of France, and they use a lot of this in their food, and it's mainly this one has rosemary, basil, sage, and a lavender, and it's thyme and marjoram. It's mainly just thyme, but it's like fresh thyme and parsley, and it's amazing. And they use it on shrimp dishes where you just eat and eat and eat and eat, and all you can taste is just like all these herbs, and they're just dancing in your mouth, and it's aromatic. It's the best thing ever. Try that out. Herbs du Provence. I also have bay leaves. I don't know if you guys have ever seen bay leaves, but bay leaves are something that makes all of your food just pop out. Use a lot of bay leaves in Southern cooking. You also use it in a lot of New Orleans cooking, like gumbo, jambalaya. This is the main component to those dishes. And some people, I've actually seen videos where people are just like, oh my God, there's a leaf in my food, not knowing that it's a bay leaf and it has so many nutritious benefits and values. This is an underrated season. This is ground mustard. Ground mustard is probably the best thing that you could ever have in your house. If you ever want to make delicious pasta dishes like creamy Alfredo, mac and cheese. Even if you want to season your food with, like, season your meat, chicken. I don't know if you guys have even had a mustard covered ham or chicken. Oh my gosh. This right here is the actual seed that is grounded up, and it is amazing. Just thank me later on the ground mustard. And last but not least, cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is something that everybody should consume. A lot of people use pepper, just regular black pepper, but not knowing that black pepper is very harsh on our body. Our bodies are not supposed to digest the black pepper seed, and it also makes our insides very itchy. That's why you sneeze a lot when you breathe in pepper, and it slows down. It slows down your bloodstream, and you don't want that. Cayenne pepper is a natural blood thinner that some people use. I don't know if you guys know about aspirin, how people will take aspirin to thin their blood, but aspirin can leave blood clots at the end of the day. So instead of doing aspirin a day, you can easily do like apple juice with turmeric, cayenne, and what else? Oh, and a little bit of lemon. If you do that a day, you can naturally thin out your blood if you need to, like some people who have really bad inflammation. You can use this as a natural remedy without having to use some type of medicine. Thank you guys for listening to me go on about something that I am truly in love with. I love all types of spices. I love seasonings. I love salt. I love herbs. I love food. And if we know better to like eat with a purpose instead of just eating because it's cheap or we don't have the money, because I do know that some of these things that I have are definitely expensive. But there are so many programs out in San Francisco and out in Oakland that will help you get some type of financial assistance to where you can get food stamps and you can go to farmers markets and you can use your food stamps at farmers markets, or they give you vouchers for farmers markets or food banks. And food banks they have so many amazing produce, and in their produce, herbs come in there. So this is my take on why we should use more herbs and seasonings instead of just plain salt and pepper.